Hello YouTubers, sorry I haven't released a video for a little while. I haven't done because of these little beauties. I can't sort of fold them right over because the drawers will fall out the other side, like that. These are Advent horses that we've been doing for our grandchild. They've all fell out now. See, this is the sort of thing that happens to me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pull all out this side so you can see. The trouble is they were full of chocolates as well, so now they're everywhere. My husband will be pleased. Right, so this is the brown one. I was going to do a video on this originally to show you basically how we did it. However, they have been such a nightmare. In a previous video when I got them through from the works, I did do a brief sort of rundown when they was completely wood. And showed you, and then it got to, the first was on Monday just gone, and it got to, I think it was last Friday, and somebody said to me, oh, it's the first on Monday, or Tuesday, whichever day it was, and I said, don't be daft, like that, and thought, looked, and realised, oh my god, we've got X amount of days to do them, so I thought, okay, that's not going to be a problem, so I thought, I can paint them up, so I painted them up. I'll show you the other grey one in a second. It's got my granddaughter's name on this one, and the drawers wouldn't fit, and it was a nightmare. So I had to sit, and my husband had to sit with me and rub one. We'd have one each, and each box had to be completely rubbed down. And then we had to, I'd already primed the boxes, but the trouble is then you get too much paint on the box and it won't go in. So it's just been an absolute nightmare, but I'm going to do some more of these over the sort of the summer and the end of over across Christmas and whatnot, and I'm going to perhaps put them up for sale maybe next year. I don't know at the moment. I mean, these have taken so long and I'm so sick to death of them, where we've had to paint them, rub them back down, repaint this, do that, and top coat them. It's just been an absolute nightmare. However, now I know. If you are deciding you're going to do one of these, fantastic. They are lovely. When they're finished, I mean, that is an absolute, I'm so pleased with it. It's everything I could have asked for and more. Rub down your boxes. Rub down your horse. Rub down your boxes so they're a little bit rattly and loose in the holes. That will allow you time, or it will allow you space to do your painting. Got that air on there. So, you're going to prime it. Now, I would suggest an air-filled primer for that, a tin of primer. But you could use gesso, whatever you wanted to, really. But with a brush, and when you're brushing it on, sometimes if you're not careful and you don't keep the coating very, very thin see-through, you've got to keep it thin, otherwise you will not get your drawer to fit. It won't fit. So after you've done that, then I painted it. First mistake I made was I made up a brown that I liked. Well, the trouble is, you've got two sides. There's the other side, look, with all the holes missing. They've all just fell out. I can't show you, like so. Oh, this isn't working, is it? Exactly the same as this side. The trouble is, you think to yourself, oh, I've had enough, I'll come back and do that in a bit. And it dries. So then you have to try and add water to like loosen it back up. So the best thing you can do is, what I will be doing next time is I will be buying an aerosol brown. I'm not messing about with it next time. But if you're going to paint it on, that's fine. I mean, it gives a beautiful finish. I'm very, very pleased with it, look. Get a brown straight from the tube. Do not make the colours up, because trying to then remake them is an absolute nightmare. It really is. So that's the first thing that I did wrong. Well, no, actually probably third or fourth thing I did wrong. Next thing, when you're doing it, I used flat colours from the Arteza. Let me put this down over here for a second. Flat colours from the Arteza. Which are these? Which were fantastic. They really were good. There's my green that I used. The only trouble is, these are water-based. So when I came to top coat them, it's left, or the when I Mod Podged it, I actually used the Mod Podge first, and I brushed over it, the green came off with the Mod Podge. Nightmare again. So that's another thing, either go for an oil based one, or what we did in the end was, I've got this Hobbycraft sealer here. Well, my husband actually did it. He sprayed it on for me and sealed the whole thing. And then in the back of my cupboard I found, which is probably a million years old, and I need to get some more, it's just polyurethane finish. And that's the finish you can see. It's to give it like a beautiful coating. Protective finishing meant for hardwood, wooden units. Absolutely brilliant. Now the only thing that's left me now feeling a little bit funny is I can't now have chocolates in the drawers without having covers on them. Because I feel like, just in case there's some sort of toxics come off of it. So the next one I make, I'm going to put a Hobbycraft sealer over it, which I'll completely... I mean, on the back of that polyurethane finish tin, it does say that it's fine. But it always leaves little sort of thoughts in your head. And then the metallic-y colours, I use these. Now these are, again, just Arteza. I'll bring the brown one over now so you can see it. Grey one. Dropped the box on the floor, I have to be careful. I'm not going to tip these ones out like I did the last one. I'm going to grip hold of them. So you can see. Now that's the grey one we did. Again, stunning. That's for my daughter Evie. Now these bits here and here, these are clay. So basically I made them up, same as the lettering and the numbers. I cut them from moulds. These I actually did freehand. They took me a little while because obviously there's 24 holes. There's 12 one side and 12 the other side. So I cut them by hand, and then we stuck them on before we top coated it and everything. But we've got gold gilding on the gold bits are gold gilded. If you can see on his mouth as well there. These are just gold clay, Fimo clay actually. And then this is the red from in here. It's one of these premium acrylic Arteza paints. Now these ones are metallic. I love these paints. I did say to you I would bring you something that I painted with it. Well, there you go. That's the brown, is Arteza. Everything about it is all Arteza. And it's stunning. Absolutely beautiful paint to use. It really is. And it just looks the part. And then with a sparkly jelly roll pen, all we did was go down, follow the lines in the main, if you can see that sparkling. Beautiful. Just follow the lines down, and that just kind of gave us our lines and everything. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Trying sort of using the Arteza paints. They are out of this world fantastic to use. They really are, and there's such a large array of colours, and they've got sale on at the moment, which is always a bonus. That brown is the brown we used. I don't know if you can see that, how beautiful it is. That's what we used on the inside, so we kept it all the same colour inside. We did that on both of them, but you see how look at that. Oh, it's beautiful, just the way the metallic sort of shines through. And these sets are expensive, but I get 60 in here. I mean, it just keeps going and going, look. You just keep pulling them out and pulling them out, and the colours are beautiful. They really are lovely. So they are definitely worth getting. And like I said, there's a sale on at the moment, and I'm pretty sure these are in it. Obviously, when you do them, any materials you use, you need to be a little bit careful, especially if you're using them for children, because you don't want sort of toxic fumes going into the children. Is one thing to be really, really, really careful of. That is probably my biggest thing. And the other thing that you must tell people if you do make one is they are not toys. My granddaughter, which is 18 months old, she's a lovely little thing, but she cannot have it to play with. My daughter's 8 nearly, so she knows she can open her own drawers and that, and the baby will be able to open the drawers, but she cannot play with it. It is not a toy, and that must be made completely clear from the offset. That is the biggest thing I can say, really. But then if you gave me to play with it, it would just fall apart, I think. You'd lose the drawers, the bits that you've stuck on that are clay, like the holly, the little baubles, even down to the name and the Merry Christmas, which I've put on the bottom there, would just fall off. So what would I say? Use the acrylic paints that I use. They are, the Arteza ones are very, very good. Fantastic. Use a sealer from Hobbycraft, like this one, to seal it. If I'd have sealed it first with this, then I probably could have used the Mod Podge over the top, because it wouldn't have sort of diluted my paint. So that's the first thing I would really say. Secondly, rub your horse down. Rub it down with an inch of its life. Get it so that the drawers are really, really sort of sloppy in the holes. The other thing is, when you do top coat it and varnish it like we've done there, don't varnish the tops, don't varnish the inside, and don't varnish the sides, because it's just an added coating that you don't need. Nobody sees it unless the drawer is actually open. So that's one of the other biggest things really that I can say to you, but the most biggest one is rub it down. Always rub it down, because it makes a nice smoother finish. And these are actually quite rough cut. For the price they are quite rough cut. You can get them at Hobbycraft, Amazon, Salem. They're all over the place, but they are well worth having, well worth doing. And they've been a great little, if I hadn't left it quite so late, it wouldn't have been such a rush, and it probably would have been easier to do. But I left it right to the last minute, really silly, and that's why it's been a bit of a rush, and it's a couple of days late for the kids, but I mean, they're pretty good and they do understand. So, and use your Arteza paints, and have fun, most importantly. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My first attempt ever at an advent calendar, and like I say, we'll do some more, and when I get some more, which I am getting in the next week or so, I will do a video of rubbing it down, and then we'll do a video of painting the basics and top coating and so forth and so forth, and we'll do it in a part 1, part 2, part 3, whatever it takes, so that you can see how hard it is if you do something wrong, the tools you need to put it right. And to be honest, it's very inexpensive way of doing it, and it's a little bit of fun as well. If you have all the stuff, you don't need specific tools, you don't need specific anything really, you just got to use what you've got to hand. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Let me turn it back round so you can see that side again. I'm only showing you the brown one over the grey one is because the drawers have all fell out of the brown one, and I don't want to have to pick a load of grey ones up as well. So there you go. I'll poke his little head over, look, there you go. Thanks for watching, have fun, have a go, and leave in the comments, I always say it, leave me in the comments a picture of what you've been doing, because I'm intrigued to know, and if there's anything you think that would work better, please do let me know, because I would like to know, and I'll give it a go. I'm always up for that. And there might be things out there that I don't even realise are out there. So thanks for watching, please subscribe, hit the like button so you'll know every time I release a video, and thanks for watching.